right, Coach Jody Adams, Wichita State. Last 4 years, they have dominated Missouri Valley play and have been the face of the league. This year, it's been a little twist and a little bit different for Coach Adams, but they're on a 2-game winning streak. Thanks for joining us, Coach.
Thanks for having me, Deb.
Now, we talked earlier in the year. We knew Alex Harden and the loss and graduation of her was going to be challenging for your team, but just how challenging has it really been now that you're halfway through?
Well, I don't think it was just Alex. I think, we had 3 very special seniors in this program. You take Jamila Bonner away from Alex and Kelsey, last year's team's not the same. You take Kelsey away from Alex and Jamila, they're not the same. So we lost, 3 very, very special pieces to this program and became very young again. And so it's you're not going to ever replace those players, but you're going to continue to work with a young team and let them develop into their own leadership and their own team and their own identity, and that's the road that we're on.
Some of the young players that you're working with every day in this process, what's it been like for you, because you've had such an experienced team the last couple of years. Now you've sort of gone to having to rebuild with some young talent and some new players. What's that been like, and how has it been different?
I think it's been fun. It's been challenging, going back to a lot of teaching very differently when you've been old for 3 years. With a lot of veterans that teach your younger players, you're back to being that teacher again, on and off the court. And so just spending, as much time as you can with these guys and asking them, what they want to be recognized as. They obviously know what they have walked into. And the last thing that they want to do is fail a winning program and winning tradition and winning ways. But also, too, there has to be an understanding of all of this has taken time. We didn't get here overnight. The past 3 years of winning the Valley and having such a special team and run. But, I love the fact that these young leaders in this program are learning. They want to learn. They want to be great. And they're, with all the obstacles that we face from injury, from playing with 5 to adding a walk-on so we'd have 6, all these different obstacles, we've looked at it as an opportunity. So I just, I love the fact that how we've worked together on it. I've grown, and I obviously have been very different for this group than I have the last 3 years as a head coach, because we are so young. So I had a chance to do it very differently than maybe I did it the first time. Good, bad, indifferent, but it's been fun.
So there's a lot of growing process here, and there's a lot to focus on. There's several areas to improve upon, and I sense the word resilient somehow in your voice, because it takes a little bit of that to understand when you've been at the top and now you're working to your way back up there. What are some of the things that you're focusing on right now with your young team to try to get them to get back to that winning culture that you're so accustomed to?
Well, the great thing, Debbie, is we are talented. We're just young talent. And sometimes, the thing that teaches these guys the most is failure in some degree, because we look at the grand scheme of things as wins and loss column, where I'm looking at it very differently, and I'm asking them to look at it very differently. So I think the thing that we're focusing on right now, and we have been, is getting better and better each and every day, and winning the day, winning the week, and then soon, we will begin to win games. And here recently that we have begun to win games, it has, we've talked about it. We're making runs, and we'll play, very competitively for 2 quarters, and then somebody will make a run at us. And we've stepped back instead of drawing the line in the sand. And so we've talked about this, when somebody makes a run, and when you're a young team, that sometimes is very intimidating. From a Drake game, Loyola, you name it, Bradley. But this weekend, Southern made a run at us, so did Evansville. And this is the first time we were like, whoa, no. And some of that was me changing for them and what they needed at that time. And some of that was them of changing the way that they were feeling and how we're going to play in this time. And so we've just begun to embrace. We talk about the monster, where the monster's coming at you. You can smile at and grin at and say, here we are, or you can run from it. But we need to learn how to play with it and have fun with it. and those are those running times. And so you either want to be the slam dunker in that time, or you're going to be the ice skater. And we're choosing to be the slam dunker at that time. And whether we win the game, that team outplays us at that period or not, we're choosing to change our mentality in that time and having fun with it, and playing to win, as we would say as coaches.
Okay, so Bassard's getting healthy. Taquandra Mike is starting to come along inside your system. What do those two mean to your program, and how are they helping you guys in this last winning streak?
Well, I think both Tay and Rangy are very, very important to this program. Obviously, have different layers to their offensive game. Get a lot of shots for us. Our biggest thing has been our timing. We've missed on opportunities when Tay is a timing shooter. She, is just a catch and shoot type of deal when she's from the three. I think you have to find her in rhythm after she hits one. You need to find her again. So I think it's such a young team. They're still trying to figure out each other and when they need the ball. Same thing for Rangy at the block, of when she needs the ball and the timing of the sealing or reverse seal for the high-low. So it's still a bit of a young group of finding each other. I see progress every day, though, in the way this team is moving the ball, sharing the ball, and really staying to what they do best. We can get a good shot, but we really want that great shot. And so, understanding just time management and, when we're going to take that shot. Is that a high percentage shot, with 28 seconds left on the shot clock, or should we wait, and we can get that shot again, but in better rhythm at 12 and below. So there's a lot there. I try to keep those things off their mind and manage the game from the sidelines for them if that needs to happen. But really, I want them to catch and shoot that first shot in rhythm, and understand, who needs touches early in the game, and that's obviously Tay and Rangy.
Coach, thanks for joining us. Would you please send me a picture of that 6 written on your hand? That's great tweetable information right there that I need.
Okay. All right. I will do it.
Okay. Thanks for being with us.